So when I saw this story, I actually got pissed off because we all knew what happened with Johnny Depp and Amber Heard following the court trial. We know full well she was in the wrong. Johnny wasn't innocent, but she's not a survivor. She's not a survivor of domestic violence. There was nothing in that trial that led to us believing that he was beating her.
Is that what they're trying to say? She's a survivor of domestic violence?
They're saying that she's a survivor.
She was beating him.
130 feminist individuals and organizations have penned an open letter in support of Amber Heard, who was sued by her ex-husband Johnny Depp after she published an op-ed discussing domestic abuse. Now, I don't really understand that. Johnny Depp has been vindicated. He was already thrown under the bus by Amber Heard, and he lost when he was in the UK, and it came to light that she was actually the abuser. So how can these feminist organizations and these feminist individuals who claim to be for equality stand with this woman who abused her husband, went to court, had overwhelming evidence against her, and still say, oh, you know, we're going to stand with her, we're going to pen an open letter to Amber Heard, we're going to fight for her? Why? She is the abuser. All this has told me, and I'm not speaking for every single feminist out there because I'm sure a lot of people saw this and thought, what the hell? But these feminist organizations and the 130 feminist individuals that did this are not for equality. And this is what you hear from people a lot these days, that feminism, modern day feminism, is not for equality. Can you imagine if a bunch of men's rights activists stood with Johnny Depp had we found out that he was actually beating her day in and day out?
Do you know what? This is it. You're right. They're not looking for equality. They're just looking to win and overpower and overrule.
They're upset that Johnny Depp won. That's all it is. No, not even Johnny Depp. He's just a name. They're upset that a high-profile man beat a high-profile woman. Everyone thought going into that case that Johnny Depp was screwed given what happened in the first one in the UK. Even though we know that the dealings of that were very shady. They are more interested in just throwing this man under the bus than getting the truth. Whilst I understand there are going to be feminists out there that don't agree with this, I saw a lot of feminists saying, yeah, we stand with Amber Heard. I mean, there's 130 individuals, feminists and organizations, whole organizations that are standing with somebody that took a shit in another man's bed. She took a shit in his bed. She took a shit in the man's bed.
That's when she was trying to explain a few things about Coachella and then the fecal delivery, and saying that it was the dogs. And I could not agree with her. I'd lived with those dogs. I picked up their fun. It was not the dogs. And so what happened was...
They went on to say the vilification of Miss Heard on an ongoing online harassment of her and those who have voiced support for her have been unprecedented in both vitriol and scale. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Whilst it is true that watching the trial was pretty hilarious, and it was hilarious because a lot of the time...
How much shit she was chatting.
She spoke so much shit. Her lawyer was speaking so much shit. So it was funny to watch Johnny Depp basically dunk on them, and Johnny Depp's lawyer, I don't know what that lawyer's name is, but she absolutely crushed it. She destroyed them. Like, they didn't know what was happening. They were getting haymakers launched at them left, right, and center. So it was funny to watch because she is the abuser and she tried to make out like it was Johnny Depp. I haven't heard of any harassment going Amber Heard's way. I wouldn't be surprised if there was, though, given what she did. I wouldn't be surprised if every morning she opened her DMs to a couple of insults. Given what she did, she tried to throw a man and his whole career under the bus, and a lot of his career won't recover to what it was before. You know, like, it's never going to be the same as what it was before this. You know, I don't know if he'll ever be Captain Jack Sparrow again. It's just not going to be the same. He'll have to go out and do his own thing. That character's basically been put to bed.
Yeah, but he is a bit older now as well. Anyway.
He is a bit older, but it's just that the turmoil that she put him through for these people to say that they're going to stand with her. They said much of this harassment was fueled by disinformation, misogyny, biphobia, and a monetized social media environment where a woman's allegations of domestic violence and assault were mocked for entertainment.
You know what it is? I feel like they just throw the same words around all the time, whether it's relevant or not.
Yeah.
Because they know that they'll catch the attention of people by using these specific words.
Yeah, like, how is it misogyny that we found out she is the abuser? How is it misogyny that we heard her being verbally abusive to Johnny Depp?
And then I didn't punch you, by the way. I'm sorry that I didn't hit you across the face in a proper slap, but I was hitting you. It was not punching you. Babe, you're not punched.
Don't tell me what it feels like to be punched.
You know, even a lot of fights been around a long time. I know. Yeah.
No, when you fucking have a closed fist.
You get punched. You got hit. I'm sorry I hit you like this, but I did not punch you. I did not fucking deck you. I fucking was hitting you.
You can't
I don't know
deck
what the motion of my actual hand was, but you're fine. I did not hurt you. I did not punch you. I was hitting you.
How is it that it's misogyny when she was mocking somebody that dealt with he had a genuine problem with alcohol and she mocked him for it? How is it misogyny when she is on camera saying that who's going to believe you're a man? How can you feminist organizations stand with this woman?
It's bizarre.
You've shamed yourself. Your legitimacy is in the toilet. No one's going to take you seriously. Like I said, can you imagine if a man did this to a woman and then men's rights activists stood with him? It would be flames all over the internet. But again, because it's a woman, this was kind of swept under the rug. I didn't hear much reporting on it. I actually stumbled across this story. I didn't even see it on anyone's pages. The feminist groups and individuals say that Depp v. Heard verdict indicates a fundamental misunderstanding of intimate partner and violence and how survivors respond to it. She's not a survivor though. She was the abuser.
Yeah.
We have all the evidence there. Everyone could kind of see what was going on. We heard her say out of her own mouth. Johnny Depp was vindicated in a court trial the whole world got to see. All the evidence was laid out, and yet you still claim she's the survivor. My advice to Amber Heard at this point, because all you've got left is your natural good looks. And I wouldn't advise this of people usually, but given that it's you and what you tried to do to Johnny Depp and what this could have done, what ripple effect this could have had in the industry and just for men in general, just go on OnlyFans. Just go start on OnlyFans and just make up the money that you owe Johnny Depp there. I don't want to see this woman in any film ever again. I don't want to see her in any superhero films. If I see her in the superhero films, I will not be watching it. Any film that she does, I am not interested. I would encourage people to not watch her stuff just for what she tried to do. And these feminist organizations and the people that are standing with her need to be named and shamed.